Vitali loved attention. He would do anything for it. From the moment he was old enough to understand what fame meant, he craved it. You might think he just wanted to be liked, but it was more than that. He wanted to be noticed. He wanted to be seen by everyone, no matter the cost. His story was like a slow spiral down a dark path. Each step he took, darker than the last. Vitali started out small, like most internet pranks. In the early days, his pranks were harmless, like pretending to be a zombie and chasing random people. They'd laugh, scream, run away, and that was it. Simple, innocent fun. But soon, that wasn't enough. The internet liked him, sure, but he wasn't satisfied. The more people watched, the more he wanted. He needed to push the limits, to go further, to be noticed even more. In 2012, he thought it would be a good idea to prank a busy street by carrying a suitcase that looked like it had a bomb in it. He wasn't just pretending to have a bomb. He made sure it looked real, convincing everyone around him that danger was near. People ran in terror, screaming and calling the police. Vitali stood there, filming himself, laughing at the chaos he'd caused. The police didn't think it was funny. Vitali was arrested on the spot. Mugshot number 1. A small taste of the consequences. He thought he could shake it off, but the addiction to attention only grew. 2 years later, in 2014, Vitali took his pranks to the next level. It wasn't enough to just mess with people on the street. This time, he wanted to be a part of something big. And what's bigger than the World Cup? During the final match, in front of millions of people, Vitali ran onto the field, disrupting the game. He didn't just run. He sprinted, shirtless, waving his arms, getting in the way of players and security. The crowd was confused, the players annoyed, and security rushed to catch him. Once again, Vitali was arrested. Mugshot number 2. But this wasn't a lesson. No, it was just another badge of honor in his twisted journey for fame. Fast forward to 2016. Vitali had gotten so used to being arrested, it didn't even scare him anymore. He had one goal in mind: attention. So, what's a good way to grab attention in Hollywood? Climbing the famous Hollywood sign seemed like the perfect choice. There he was, hanging off the side of a giant letter, thinking it would make him a legend. The whole thing was reckless, dangerous, and definitely not legal. But once again, the police didn't find it amusing. Arrested. Mugshot number 3. He was becoming a regular in the news, but Vitali didn't care. He wasn't thinking about the consequences. He was thinking about how many people were watching. Just 2 weeks after his Hollywood stunt, Vitali was at the NBA Finals. The game was in full swing. The crowd was roaring, the players were focused, and security was tight. Vitali, however, saw this as the perfect moment to get in the spotlight again. So, in the middle of the game, he ran onto the court, shirtless, flailing his arms, disrupting the game like he always did. He was arrested again, mugshot number 4. But this time, something felt different. The pranks were no longer fun. They were starting to look like dangerous, thoughtless actions. Yet Vitali ignored the warning signs. The attention was too sweet. Vitali's pranks took a disturbing turn in 2020. This time, he went to Miami high on drugs, wandering the streets, looking for his next victim. But this wasn't a prank. This was something darker. Vitali approached a woman jogging alone. She didn't know what was happening, but Vitali lunged at her, attempting to hug her. She shoved him off, trying to get away. But Vitali wasn't done. He punched her, again and again, until she managed to break free. Vitali, still high, thought it was funny. But everyone else saw it for what it really was: violence disguised as a prank. The police caught up to him, but the damage was done. Mugshot number 5. People were starting to realize this wasn't just a prankster anymore. This was someone who had lost control of their need for attention. After some time in hiding, Vitali decided to make a comeback. He wasn't done with the internet yet. This time, he tried a new series of pranks. He started streaming himself, confronting suspected predators, accusing strangers of being child abusers. At first, people tuned in. It seemed like the perfect hero turn for Vitali, and people loved it. But then, the cracks began to show. It wasn't long before people started accusing him of staging the confrontations. He wasn't just confronting predators. He was luring innocent people into situations where he could humiliate them online. Lawsuits followed, 2 of them, and once again, Vitali's career took a hit. His attempts to be the internet hero failed, but he didn't give up. He couldn't. Vitali knew he had to go bigger. If he wanted to stay relevant, he needed something shocking, something beyond outrageous. So, in 2025, he packed his bags and went to the Philippines. His idea? Harass and provoke locals. He copied the pranks of another internet personality known for offending people in foreign countries. But this time, it wasn't just about filming and running. This time, Vitali was going too far. He stole hats from people on the street. He ran into a fast food restaurant and harassed workers. He even jumped on a security guard's motorcycle, stealing it. It was the same old Vitali, except this time, the world was watching closely. And the Filipino police had been watching him for days. They knew exactly who he was and what he was doing. After days of provoking people, Vitali was finally caught. Mugshot number 6. But this time, something was different. As he sat in the back of the police car, he smirked. He didn't seem worried. He didn't care. He was still chasing attention, even as his freedom slipped away. The story didn't end there. Vitali's arrest spread like wildfire through the Philippines. The president of the Philippines even made a video reacting to Vitali's pranks. He was livid, saying that foreigners who humiliate Filipinos would face the consequences. The president's words echoed across the nation. Foreigners who think they can humiliate Filipinos are done. Vitali thought he could keep pushing limits, but he had crossed the line. His attention-seeking behavior wasn't funny anymore. He had become a symbol of disrespect, and now the price was being paid. Vitali's trial is still to come, but the damage is already done. He's facing up to 24 years in prison. And the worst part? The trial won't even start for another 2 to 3 years. That means he's likely to sit in a Filipino jail for years, just waiting. Vitali got exactly what he wanted all along: attention. But what he didn't expect was that the attention would cost him everything. And now, his future looks as empty and dark as his pranks. As the story unfolds, it becomes clear that Vitali's obsession with attention destroyed him. What started as a harmless desire for fame became a monster that consumed him. He might have thought he could keep escaping the consequences, but the truth is, attention has a price. And sometimes, that price is more than you can ever pay. In the end, Vitali is left with nothing but his mugshots and the haunting knowledge that the world no longer laughs at his pranks. The world is watching, and now it's ready to judge him.